Today's word is labor. Labor can be a noun or a verb. Labor can mean physical or mental effort, work for which one is paid, workers considered as a group. Labor can mean an expenditure of physical or mental effort, especially when difficult or compulsory. Labor can mean human activity that provides goods and services in an economy. Probably owing to the difficulty and exertion required, labor can also refer to the birthing process. Labor can refer to an economic group of people who do manual labor for work or wages. And then there are definitions involving labor unions and other more specific definitions of the word labor. But I think that's enough to get started with. The word labor comes to us from Middle English, Anglo-French before that, ultimately from Latin. First known use of the word labor is in the 1300s. We're going to talk about Labor Day. Labor Day is a federal holiday in the United States and is celebrated on the first Monday in September of each year. It could happen anytime from September 1st to September 7th, depending on which one of those days falls on the first Monday. As a federal holiday, banks, financial institutions, post office, and so on are closed. So what is Labor Day, and why is it so important that it gets a special holiday? If you look up Labor Day on the internet, you're likely to find the Wikipedia page where they talk a lot about labor unions and trade unions. But I think the real thing here is to recognize the value of workers. Not much gets done around here if somebody's not doing it. I can't think of anyone who doesn't like to be recognized and appreciated for what they do, no matter what it is. The first Labor Day parade in 1882, and that felt so good that the organizers proposed a special day, the first Monday in September, to celebrate workers of all kinds, Labor Day. Labor Day has been recognized in churches with special services and dedications, in parades and picnics. I'm sure there's been at least one comedian out there who has commented on the irony of celebrating Labor Day by giving the workers a day off. So the first parade, held specifically in honor of laborers, took place in 1882. 5 years later, in 1887, Oregon became the first state to make it an official public holiday. Other states picked up the trend, and by the time Labor Day became an official federal holiday in 1894, 30 states in the U.S. were already officially celebrating Labor Day. Other countries recognize workers with International Workers' Day, but those take place typically on May 1st. Now, since Labor Day occurs at the beginning of September, it's often thought as the unofficial end of summer. Many school districts resume classes somewhere around the Labor Day weekend, either just before, making Labor Day the first 3-day weekend of the school year, or just after, once everyone is home from their vacation and holidays. Retailers also make a big weekend of Labor Day with big splashy sales, and it typically pays off for them pretty well. Many retailers report that it's one of their best-selling periods, second only to Christmas Black Friday. However much fun we have with Labor Day weekend, whether it's a new mattress at rock-bottom prices or a parade in your favorite town, whether it's a small town or a large one, or a season's end hurrah camping trip to the lake, let us take a moment to remember what it's all about. Everything we enjoy comes to us by the efforts of someone who worked to make it happen. From harvesters in the field that help get our food to us, auto workers who build the cars we drive, minimum wage hourly workers who work at the stores where we buy things, technical and service workers of all kinds whose efforts contribute to making our lives a little easier. Let us recognize and appreciate these folks and what they've done. Maybe you think you're just working for a paycheck, but ultimately, whatever it is that you do, your labor is an act of service to others. Let us reflect on that and appreciate workers and laborers of all kinds everywhere.